So the question is, how do I deal with homelessness and moving around at times? I've dealt with it in a variety of manners. In the beginning, I had a truck, and I rubber tramped. I met on my travels, I picked up a lot of homeless veterans, or homeless in general, but I started with the veteran. His name was Michael. He called himself Gray Wolf, and he taught me about rubber tramping. He taught me about dumpster diving. He taught me how to dark camp, which means you just pull up somewhere and sleep. And that has been quite challenging at times. I once got woke up by 6 cops with their guns drawn. That was in northwest Louisiana. I have bawled my eyes out. I have thrown hissy fits. And I've sat down, shut up, and listened a lot to spirit on where the next move is to go. My very first time being on the streets was in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And I totally lost my rag that time. And but I learned lessons. I also, what I do is wait for the invitations. I've learned how to sit down and be still, and with that energy that's inside of me, I have my mantras. I have a mantra that it's all perfectly safe, even if it doesn't feel like it is. I think I finally got that when I was left on the beach in Key West, Florida, which is not a place you really want to be homeless. It's against the law there, as it is in many, many places. But I was down there, and right there where I was dropped off, there was a rainbow grandmother, and she had her mat set out, and they took me in, and I slept in the back of a pickup truck one night under a rainbow umbrella, trying to stay dry in a rainstorm. And I was sitting there crying my eyes out, going over all the rejection and betrayal and abandonment and all of that, and fear. And she grabbed my face and she said, "Sweetie, I don't know what you're crying about, but if you'll open your eyes and look, you're in paradise, bitch." And I remember that every other time that I've been left on the sidewalk, and more it is paradise when I'm left there. Most recently, so last year when I left Aotearoa, New Zealand, and I had a one-way ticket to Honolulu, and I had $75 US, which wasn't enough for a hotel room. And without a credit card, it can be quite challenging and a return ticket, it can be quite challenging to get into hostels in Honolulu. But one hostel let me in and loaned me $1. And while I was there, I was finally able to get online. I did not have phone service. And a sister spirit told her to donate $111. And I said, "No, don't donate. Buy me a ticket to Maui," because my mission was to go to Maui to do water ceremony in the Io Valley. And so she introduced me to another sister, and I had one night's hosting there. Got introduced to another sister. Had one night's hosting down the Hana Highway. I went and visited a Mary Grotto and had a backup plan show up. And then through hitchhiking, I wound up where I am now for the second year with the Kanaka Maoli, the lawful Hawaiian government. I'm here with the Prime Minister the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I have met the Prime Minister, but I'm here with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So it's not so much that I handle getting around. I handle processing the emotions that come up, the fear that comes up. It's pretty natural, I guess. I talk to some people that say they don't have fear, but I do that mantra reminding myself it's all perfectly safe, and the less I can go into fear, the less I draw things to be afraid of. And I always ask, universe, how does it get better than this? And I know wherever I am, I'm there for a reason. And if it's sleeping on the sidewalk, or if it's in a high-dollar hotel, doesn't have a much, but it has, or somebody's fancy house, it's about not being like affected by that, like not feeling super blessed because I'm in a mansion, or feeling like I'm being punished if I'm on the sidewalk. And like currently I've been on a couch for the last 2.5 months, and this is the first day and night, like 24-hour span, that I've had a space to myself since early February. And that was over in Napier with Jill of Aotearoa, and Spirit takes care of that. That's why I call it traveling in trust. TRUST. Total reliance upon Spirit Tribe, or to rely upon Spirit totally. And it's been a lot about getting my own desires and expectations out of it, and allowing the Mother of Mystery, Spirit, the waters for me, to take me where I need to be in service. And that changes a lot. I've been traveling for 7 years, and the longest I've stayed anywhere is 2.5 months. I guess I'm almost at 3 here, so I'm right there on it, and it's about time to move. And donations help get me around. So if you're watching this and you got a little bit of something to spare, you can donate it to my GoFundMe. It's www.gofundme.com/as1 AZWON, the number 2 win. And that has been like purified, so that whatever you put into it is blessed and returned to you 100%. On my bank account, it says that I'm an independent contractor for God Goddess, and that's exactly what I am. It says that my money comes from God, and it does, through you, because geez, it's us. When we allow Spirit to work through us, then we do this together, and I walk for all of us, and I sing for all of us, for the waters inside and outside to be healed, rejuvenated, revitalized, replenished, refreshed, restored, respected. And we are water vessels, and almost everything has water in it. So yeah, that's how I deal with being homeless. And today I don't call it being homeless or consider myself homeless. The powers that be would. The society figures I'm homeless. But as you see, currently, I've got roof over my head. So I have shelter. That's called shelter. And the earth is my home. And Papatuanuku is my mother. And so wherever I am home. So, and I have many, 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 many homes that I've been in along the way of other people. And so I'm not homeless, I'm home free. There's a Wookiefoot song about that, home free. And the way I see it, there's 3 types. There's the hopeless, the houseless, and the home free. And each of those needs something different. But all of us do well when we have a solid common community. And that's how I mostly get around, is being a companion and in community. I travel with other people. Don't move too much by myself, generally, and I have to have an invitation to go these days. So that's how I deal with it. I hope you'll consider at least leaving some kind words on my GoFundMe to get it into the thread. Share it if so, and reach out if you want to connect and talk more, or ask a question, and I'll do another little video and answer it if I can. Mostly I just story tell, and I do a lot of dishes. I have milked goats once. I've trimmed weed. I've moved beehives. I definitely do a lot of cleaning. Elder support. I rub feet. I do prep cooking. I pick up a lot of trash. And I basically just kind of do what Spirit puts upon me. That's another mantra of mine, is I know what to do when I need to do it. I have the ability to do what I need to do when I need to do it. And I know what I need to know when I need to know it. And it's working. I guess that's what I'm out here showing, is that it works if you work it. And the work becomes play after a while. And I definitely, coming from where I came from, that I had made as much money as I possibly could make, and I was still miserable. My health was pretty well shot, and they said that there was nothing else they could do for me. I was desperate enough to do anything and go anywhere to not be who and what I was anymore. And I'm not. And maybe that's what it takes. Desperation of a dying man, and being able to walk, being able to move around. Everything else is kind of gravy for somebody that spent most of her life wanting to die and is finally enjoying and wanting to live. So that's all due to grace, and that is what gets me around. Grace and angels like you. Aloha, aroha, kia ora for listening.